Laura, are you there? Guess what? I have a huge announcement to make.
It's you. What do you want?
What kind of way is that to greet an old friend, huh? We used to be so close. Why are you going to act like this when I've barely even said anything to you?
We may have been friends, but we are not friends now. Not to mention the fact that our kids don't even go to the same school anymore. So we don't have that as an excuse to talk. And moreover, that was probably the nicest way that I could have reacted to you, considering the fact that you stole my husband away from me. In fact, the only reason that I got your message was because I forgot to block your number. So thanks for reminding me, and goodbye.
Wait, no, hold on! The whole reason I messaged you is because I have a huge announcement for you. If you block me now, then you'll never know what it was.
And just what is this announcement of yours?
Well, first of all, enough time has passed since you and Copper broke up, so now him and I have officially been able to get married.
Okay then, is that all you wanted to tell me?
Of course not. I have one more thing. I'm pregnant with Cooper's baby.
You are going to be having Coop's kid.
I'm sure you're just so jealous, aren't you? We don't know whether it's going to be a boy or a girl yet. But I'm sure you must be furious now that I'm pregnant with the child of the man that you loved.
Right. So then, is that all that you had to say to me?
What do you mean by that?
I mean, were those the big announcements that you wanted to make?
Of course they were. And aren't they just the best news you've ever heard? To have the child of the man that you love, isn't that every woman's dream?
I don't really like to make a habit of speaking for all women, but if you really think that's good news, then I guess I have to say that I'm impressed by you.
More like jealous, you mean? I bet that you've been trying your hardest to forget all about your time with Cooper, and now I've gone and brought back all those painful memories, huh?
I actually have already forgotten all about him. Coop who? And anyways, with both of you out of my life, I've been able to concentrate on my career and I have tons of free time to pursue whatever I want. In fact, this conversation is actually interrupting something right now.
What do you mean? What is it interrupting?
That's my business. You have a nice life. I'm going to go now.
I get it. You're upset because now that you're a single mother, you're going to have to work all day around the clock, huh? You'll be poor and never have time for anything. And now that I've stolen Cooper from you, I'll be living a rich and easy life while you struggle for every little thing. Anyways, I may have more news for you in the future, so don't go blocking me yet. Laura, are you there? Man, who knew that being pregnant would be this difficult? I'm doing my best to keep all the pregnancy pounds off, but it isn't easy. At least the morning sickness seems to have quieted down for now. But a pregnant woman can never let her guard down, you know? Even Coop is working hard to make sure that we have enough money for when this little one arrives. He's at work from sunup and doesn't come home until late at night. All because he's working so hard for his new family. Oh man, my belly is huge now. I really hope that I don't get any stretch marks because of this. But I have to say that I'm just so happy with my life right now. Oh, right, that reminds me. I had a quick favor to ask you. Once I have this kid, I want you to stop talking to Coop's parents, okay? Oh, and one more big thing. We found out that we're going to be having a boy. You know what that means, right? It means that I'm going to give birth to an heir that's going to be able to take over Coop's business when he's ready. You only ever had some lousy daughter who was never going to be able to achieve anything by herself. But I guess this just proves that I was the right girl for Cooper all along, since I gave him a son on the first try. Laura, are you there? I just wanted to let you know that I gave birth to my son yesterday, and there were 0 complications. He's the spitting image of his father, and I just know that he's going to grow up to be a great man like him, too. But I've never actually met Cooper's parents. In fact, they don't want to meet me because they don't think I'm the right girl for him. Can you believe that they would say something like that about me? After I gave them a male grandchild?
They're one of your life updates again, Donna.
You finally responded! I was wondering if I was talking to a wall or if you were really there reading my messages in silence. I guess you finally accepted the truth about the situation, huh? Was it finally having my son that made it all sink in?
I don't know what you want me to say to that. Congrats on the kid, I guess?
That's a start.
But are you sure you know who the father of that kid is?
What do you mean?
Well, I just don't think that the two of you are going to be cut out to raise that kid. It would probably just be better if you handed him over to his real dad to take care of him, don't you think?
What are you talking about? This is our son. This is the child that Cooper and I had together.
So then you're telling me you guys had some kind of fertility treatment going on?
What are you talking about? There was nothing like that at all. This is a totally natural baby made the old-fashioned way.
So basically, it was a natural birth, is what you're saying. If that's the case, then I really don't think it's possible that that kid is actually Cooper's.
That doesn't make any sense. You're just jealous, and so you're just trying to get into my head. Well, it's not gonna work, you hear me? I know the facts, and that's all that matters. Missed call? Missed call? Laura, are you there? Please, you need to pick up the phone right now. You were the one who called my ex-husband, weren't you? He showed up at our house demanding a paternity test for Cooper and I's kid. He seems to think that it's his and not Cooper's.
I guess you still haven't figured it out yet then, huh?
Figured out what? What is going on here?
Well, the thing is that Cooper can't have kids. He's impotent.
He's what? Is that supposed to be some kind of joke?
No, it really is true. His body just can't produce enough sperm to get anyone pregnant.
That isn't a thing. You're lying to me.
It's true. Even our daughter. We adopted from an agency when she was only 4 years old.
Wait, is that true?
It is. Cooper refused to look into any kind of treatment for his condition. So it was the only way that we could have any kids together.
You're lying. You have to be lying right now.
Well, you came to me telling me that you were pregnant not that long after you ran off with Cooper. So if you were thinking about how long it takes to tell that you're pregnant, then that means there is a high chance that insemination occurred while you were still with your husband. In other words, it's quite likely that it is in fact your ex-husband's kid.
Are you kidding me? That can't be right.
Well, do you want to know what Cooper told me the day that he left me? He said that you had actually already had a kid, which proved that you were fertile. He seemed to think that you were his last chance to try and have a natural child. He refused to acknowledge that he was the problem and ran off with you instead.
That can't be right. Please, tell me that it isn't true.
It really is. If you doubt me, you can go and ask Cooper's parents. They know about this. If anything, that's probably why they want nothing to do with either of you now. Although, they can't just cut him off since Cooper is paying them back after they paid off his legal fees from our divorce.
I don't even know what to say. You horrible, horrible woman. This is all your fault. He took my son. He took my son and got custody of him. I thought that moms were always supposed to get custody. This isn't fair! You ruined everything! What am I supposed to do now, huh?
I take it that your ex-husband sued for the right to raise your son.
That's right. He took Coop and I's son away from us. How could he do that? It doesn't make any sense to me. Now he has custody over both my children, and I have nothing.
Well, you were the one who said that you were going to have Cooper's son and that you didn't need any other kid in your life.
But that's because Coop's son was going to take over his dad's company one day. I didn't any other kid if I had one to do that.
Don't tell me that you didn't know about that either.
What do you mean? What are you hiding from me?
Well, first of all, Coop, as you know, is not the president of the company. That position still belongs to his father. The next president was never going to be Coop, because his father already chose me to succeed him.
Wait a second. So, you're going to take over Coop's family business?
That's right. And I think that Coop's dad is going to retire quite soon, actually.
But I thought that Coop would take over. Why would they give you that job?
It's a really long story, but I swear to you that I'm telling the truth.
I still want to know what happened. I deserve to know.
Well, if you want me to try and summarize it, basically, Coop's parents didn't want a man who only thinks with what is between his legs running a company. Not to mention how irresponsible he is with money.
So then what does Coop even do at work?
Well, before his affair with you came to light, he was still on track for a successful career here. But after everything came out, he basically was demoted by his father and given a huge pay cut. Now he's just like any other employee there.
So he's not even upper management or anything? I really didn't know about this at all. What do you mean he's bad with money?
Well, you should know best of all. After all, he pretty much drove himself into debt trying to impress you with all the fancy things he bought for you.
What does that mean, though?
It means that he owes his parents about $30,000 in the form of personal loans. Well, his parents and other loan sharks.
Cooper is $30,000 in debt?
He is, and that's why I suggested to your ex-husband that he would be better suited to raise his son rather than you.
I don't believe it. How could you do this?
I just couldn't stand the thought of a poor child being raised by the likes of you and Cooper.
This is really bad. I basically burnt through my savings in the divorce with my ex-husband and thought that Cooper was going to be able to buy my way out of this trouble. But now I know he doesn't even have any money either. I thought I was going to be living in the lap of luxury. Things weren't supposed to happen this way.
Donna was sure that by having a son, she would have secured her place in Cooper's family by being the mother of their eventual heir to the company. But in the end, Donna's recklessness resulted in the child being taken away and raised by his real father. After that, Donna and Coop began to fight every single day. But without any help from family and with both of them still drowning in debt, they had no choice but to stay together and downgrade to living in a tiny apartment. And since neither of them were confident enough to make it on their own, they still haven't gotten a divorce. I hear that Donna found a job and ended up having an affair with her boss that resulted in her being sued by Coop. You would think she would have learned her lesson, but I guess some things just don't stick. Long time no see, Masumi! Sorry, but who is this? It's your bestest ever mom friend, Yumie. What? Yumie? Did you get a new phone? I thought I had you blocked. Yep. But isn't blocking me a bit mean? That's no way to treat your bestie. Is there something wrong with blocking the homewrecker who stole my husband? Oh, come on. That was 3 years ago. I paid you compensation. Isn't it time to let bygones be bygones? I want nothing to do with you ever again. Horrible! Self-introduction? Huh? Nothing. If you want something, hurry up and come out with it. What are you doing now? What do you mean? I heard you took your son and went back to your parents in your hometown after the divorce. So what? So I heard this from a little birdie. You're getting remarried, right? Oh, well, yes, I am. And not just that, but your fiancé is the future CEO of one of the biggest companies in the region, right? Not bad for a divorcee with a kid. I couldn't believe it when I heard. Well, it's because it's an arranged marriage. Can we just leave it at that? Huh? We're done already? I have nothing else to say to you. And me remarrying is none of your business to begin with. I'm going to meet a friend now, so excuse me. Ugh, you're so cold. Masami, how did your date with Mr. Yoshitake go? What do you mean? I did tell you not to make any careless mistakes, didn't I? Even putting it mildly, as a divorcee with a child, you're the shame of our family. Which is why I told you to make the effort to leave a positive impression so this might actually lead to marriage. What's the point in putting on an act with the guy I'm gonna be spending the rest of my life with? In any case, since I had no say in these marriage talks, I thought showing him the real me at least gives us a chance of things working out moving forward. Good grief, you really must insist on disobeying me at every opportunity. You're nothing like your big sister. Weren't these marriage talks intended for my big sister in the first place? Why me? It couldn't be helped. Your sister didn't want to go along with it. Oh, of course. Now that you mention it, she was boasting about how she bagged some handsome, high-spec younger guy. Please don't ask questions you already know the answer to. Fine. Are we done then? I have to go collect my son from my friend's house. See to it that you don't do anything that could ruin these marriage talks. I mean it. Yeah. Long time no see, Masami! I have the most amazing news to tell you. Hey, Masami. Did you block me? What do you want? Oh, good, you replied. So get this, I have some amazing news. Make it quick. Me and Yoshitake are getting married! Oh? By Yoshitake, do you mean that Yoshitake? Yep, your old fiancé, Yoshitake. What happened with your last husband? Oh, Yuya? I don't know what actually happened with you two after me and him divorced, but I was sure you were gonna get married. Oh, I decided not to. You decided not to? Don't you think Yuya's a little mediocre? Mediocre? You mean like his looks? Not that. Between the sheets. I see. Oh, come on. I know you know what I mean. No, I don't have as many guys as you to compare him with. Plus, I don't really want to have this kind of conversation with you in the first place. Well, whatever. Basically, he just wasn't stimulating enough for me. I dumped him when I got a new boyfriend before he could propose to me. I mean, I dumped that boyfriend straight away, too. Oh, I see. Where does your daughter fit into all this? What do you mean? It's hard to say Mom bringing a new boyfriend home every 5 minutes is a healthy environment for a little girl. Oh, right. right. She's staying with her dad now. So basically your ex-husband has custody? Yep. Ah, of course. Of course? You make it sound like you expected it. No, but I finally understand why you've been living so recklessly and irresponsibly. And now Yoshitake's your next target. Target? You're just salty about me stealing your fiancé. Well, I'm not wrong, am I? I don't really like what you're saying, but since I feel bad for you, I'm gonna be kind and allow you to continue believing it. Let me make it clear before you go ahead with it. But I hope you know you'll be paying me compensation this time, too. Huh? The wedding day has already been decided. It was supposed to be in 2 months. But with this, Yoshitake bears definitely responsibility for breaking off the engagement. So both he and you, his lover, will be paying me damages. I guess so. But he'll pay my portion, so who cares? I don't think it's a big deal for the future CEO of a major company. I'll be the future boss's wife. It's pocket change. Is that your aim by any chance? Now that would be telling. Anyway, Yoshitake's mind and body have been mine for a long time now. Don't go thinking you can get him back. Okay. I'm actually waiting in front of the office right now to meet him. We're going to hand in our marriage registration form. And after that, I'm going to go meet his parents. Is that so? You don't waste any time. Aw, is someone a sore loser? I suppose it's only natural you're jealous. I really am a naughty girl, aren't I? But it's not my fault this keeps happening. I didn't choose to be this beautiful. Right. Whoopsie! I stole the one you love again. I'm so sorry. LOL. Hey, Masumi! I said hey! Please, pick up! What do you want? What the hell's going on? When I went to meet Yoshitake's parents, they started yelling at me. And then they disowned him on the spot and threw salt over him outside the front door. Not only was his position of future CEO revoked, but he got fired from the company. Why? Why is this happening? Oh, didn't you know? Know what? Well, mine and Yoshitake's marriage, to put it simply, was a strategic marriage. What? Strategic marriage? The talks came about as a result of the interests of my dad's company and Yoshitake's dad company being aligned. Wait, what? Your dad's company? Are you the daughter of a CEO? Maybe so, but I've never exactly been treated like it. To return to the subject, these marriage talks were originally meant for my sister. They were? To tell you the truth, both families' companies are operating on the brink right now. Huh? They thought it would make sense to connect our families through marriage for a number of reasons. My all-important sister didn't want to break up with her boyfriend, so she got engaged to him to get out of it. It turned out I made the perfect sucker to get my family out of trouble. So they had me and Yoshitake get engaged. What? Does that mean you don't have any feelings for him? To be completely honest, no, I don't. But understanding there were all sorts of circumstances at play, I decided to be pragmatic about it. Oh my god. Where's the fun in stealing him now? Is this really the time to be worrying about that? What? This marriage involved a great deal of planning and maneuvering relating to the business operations of both families. Planning? Maneuvering? I can't give you all the details because these are internal matters. But apparently, the merging of two families in this way has extremely important implications. The intention was to rebuild the businesses by mutually integrating the technologies and privileges of both companies. To put it even more clearly, the fates of both companies rested on this marriage. That's where you come in, Yumie. Thanks to your vulgar meddling, the plan has been destroyed at its very foundation.
Huh?
Unfortunately, there were no suckers available in their family to get Yoshitake out of the mess he made. So the marriage talks were called off. It's not exactly unreasonable that his parents were furious with you.
This can't be real. I knew nothing.
By the way, my family also just got word of Yoshitake breaking off the engagement and his subsequent engagement to you. They completely lost their minds. And so, my family have broken off all contact with me and my son.
Huh? They broke off all contact? Isn't that a bit strange? I know it might sound weird coming from me, but aren't you the one who got dumped? Why would they break off all contact with you?
They said, this is your fault for being too unattractive to hold down a man.
Huh?
From the beginning, I was always the despised second daughter. Then, after my divorce 3 years ago, I became known as the divorcee who came crawling back home with a kid. Ever since then, until this day, I constantly get it in the neck for being the shame of the family. So that's why. They intended to use these marriage talks and the salvaging of the company as an opportunity to finally get rid of their unwanted daughter. But then, that damn woman went sticking her nose in, and now everything's falling apart at the seams, as they put it.
But wait!
But as far as I'm concerned, since I'm living in the next town, because I didn't actually go as far as moving back into the family home, I feel like I can finally get some peace.
Huh? What?
Which means, as soon as the procedures for breaking off the engagement are done with, I'll be doing a prompt vanishing act and moving away.
What? You're moving?
So good luck with everything! And that was the story of how Yumie destroyed two families' marriage talks with her meddling. My father's and the other company were forced to merge into another company in the same industry. Anyone watching from the sidelines might think I'd be unhappy. But to be honest, this has all been a huge relief. Yoshitake covered both his and Yumie's consolation money. I suspect he might have felt a little guilty. However, with that, his savings disappeared. What's more, he was out of a job. And to make matters worse, to his disbelief, he found out that Yumie was in mountains of debt. Apparently, they began their married life in poverty in a run-down apartment. Just before I moved, I did happen to see a very disheartened-looking Yumie. But hey, that's her problem. As for me, I have my son to think about. So I'm gonna work hard for the two of us in our new home.